supports the pelvis and the spine by making a corset. It's kind of called a corset muscle. And what also occurs is that's almost like the sides of your basket. And then the diaphragm and the pelvic floor make the top and the bottom of the basket. And the diaphragm and the pelvic floor work together to breathe. And the pelvic floor and the diaphragm also come up and link into the sides of the basket too. So they all work together to provide a few functions. So together, your deeper abdominals support your lower back and your pelvis and hips even. And then the pelvic floor keeps everything up and in and not leaking. And it works along with your diaphragm. So you've got to be able to breathe, you've got to be able to maintain continence, and you've got to be able to maintain support of the spine all at the same time. So these muscles are quite finely tuned and coordinated together. And what we often find with pregnancy or birth, those deeper muscles get stretched. They start to lose some of their integrity because the connective tissues in there get stretched as well. And not only are they affected literally by mechanically being stretched, but they're also affected by the hormones of pregnancy. We do want to end up getting strong in the rest of your abdominals eventually. So we don't want to just learn how to do your pelvic floor and then the deeper muscles and stop there. You know, you want to get really good control of the deeper muscles and then add the top ones to it, rather than the surface ones doing all the work and then the underneath ones not actually stretching along properly. At this point, and what's been measured so far, is in the first 1 to 8 weeks, it comes back together a lot. The less babies you have, the more it comes back together. The more babies you have, the less it comes back together, so effectively. Then by the first 12 months, it starts to come in a little bit more. And then after the end of that first 12 months, it doesn't make sense to get the deeper layers working in, because the deeper layers of tummy muscle go across muscle. So I would tend to try and work the deeper layers, and hopefully that has an inward drawing effect.
This is based on like ancient Indian and Chinese method called binding. So they've only just been made in Australia. These are like the eco bamboo ones, and this is what you want. I only just got them last week by every pregnant woman after she gives birth, and they just feel so good. So just binding yourself up, and I can feel that when I sit down as well. I've got like all this support to keep my posture when I'm breastfeeding. I've got the binding, like all the ligaments coming back together, and I don't have to work so hard. I can just go from day to day. It's almost like floating wearing it. It's quite extraordinary.
These sorts of things are wonderful too.
And they just look so attractive.
All everything sort of back. And also these sorts of things tend to take some of the stress off the connective tissues. And particularly if you've got the kind of skin that gets badly stretched marked, often you can sort of get that tissue papery kind of skin. If you have anything like that, this is to just really support that, not great in the summer. But a lot of cultures actually do this traditionally.
And actually keep you hot. And as well, I remember Denise was saying in Cambodia, they burn fires underneath the huts, and they make the women wear beanies. Got to keep the body warm, like because it's re-nourishing and only warm foods. Like it's so one of the mums was saying, she was one of the she-birds mums got one. She said, "Oh, my husband still loves me after wearing the belly belt." I said, "Well, why wouldn't he?" She goes, "Well, I was just walking around the house naked in the summer, just wearing a belly belt."
That's
and he still loves it. That's all right. No, I wear it for the first 3 months after giving birth.
Really
It feels so good. You should try it. I'll pass it around.
Do you see how when Nadine did that, she went like that and cramped on with her tummy muscles, and then it pushes everything down? So that's what I was doing for ages and ages, and not realising that what I was doing was blood and make. So if I get be able to see it straight away. And the challenge is after you've given birth is the sensation of where your pelvic floor lives is kind of almost disappeared. It's kind of like try the breath in, breath out, lift, relax. 5 minutes before you fall asleep every night, or when your baby's having a nap.
Yes, please. How to avoid them.
These exercises, if you're clamping, if you're over clamping with your stomach and having all that pressure in your abdomen, it will push your pelvic floor down, and that is exactly what will happen. So getting the tummy to relax a bit and the pelvic floor a little bit more awake, and learning how to contract just ahead of the tummy muscles, that will help that. Gorgeous women of my mother's era that I see years and years later still having problems because no one spoke of it. It's just heartbreaking. Women that really put up with a lot of stuff that really you don't need to put up with exercises. So the statistics do come up that if you've got a stronger pelvic floor, you're less likely to tear. So it doesn't mean that if you stop your exercises, it's going to let everything. You still want the state of that muscle to be good and resilient and still pliable. So doing the exercises and still doing all the stretches, you know, the perineum massage and all those sorts of things in that last 5 weeks, those two things still hold hands really nicely.
It's creating that connection as well, isn't it? Like connection of my brain to knowing what it's like for it to stretch out, knowing what it's like for it to strengthen, develop control,
And you want
the ability to isolate.